Holy sh! This show is blowing up right now, and for good reason. I have not seen the OG series. I know I got a ton of comments being like, how could you be watching this without watching the original? I just don't have time. Okay, shut up. If I'm missing context because I didn't see the original show, that's my fault, and I completely admit that. Before the show is over, though, I do want to go back and watch the original so I can at least rewatch the first several episodes and then finish the show off with having the full context. I think that's going to help a lot, but it's not hindering my enjoyment on the show at all so far. I'm absolutely loving it a lot more than I thought I would. Apparently, this is the biggest animated Disney Plus show that has ever been on the platform, so good for them. And if this show is any indication of how they're going to bring the X-Men from animated form in this show into the MCU and make that the whole dynamic, I think that we're in for a real treat whenever they finally do show up. And this really is the year of X-Men because we have this show. This show basically goes right into Deadpool 3, not canonically, but you guys know what I mean time-wise. It goes right into Deadpool 3 during the summer. That's going to be crazy in of itself, but I'm loving this show so far. We left last week's episodes off on a crazy cliffhanger. You guys were filling me in on a little bit of stuff. I appreciate all the context that you guys are giving me. And I heard some other people saying this too during the reactions, anybody who had seen the original show. We're saying that the Jean Grey that showed up at the doorstep is the real Jean Grey, and the one that Scott put the baby in is Madeline Pryor. Oof. And all I know is that Scott is oh wow, what a situation to be in. But you know, this does solve the love triangle problem between him, Jean Grey, and Wolverine. You know, now there's one for each of them. But in all seriousness, I really don't know how all of that's going to incorporate. Like I said, I don't have context as to where this clone came from. I know it has something to do with Mr. Sinister, and I did point out that he's in the intro for this new version of the show, and that I think the dream sequence, or at least the vision that she had whenever she had Cerebro on her head, was something to do with Mr. Sinister. Like I said, though, I'm going to try to watch the animated show by next week, or at least have the first few seasons done by next week's episode. I'm going to try my best. Like I said, if time grew on trees, guys, I would have had it done. It'd be done. I would have watched it. But as you guys can tell, I'm pretty enthused about this episode. This has probably been, so far, I know it's only been a week, but this is probably the most excited that I have been between weeks and between episodes in a Marvel show since Loki Season 2, which in retrospect wasn't that long ago, but it just feels like we haven't had great Marvel content since then, and then even before Loki Season 2, it was a while. Before we check this one out, though, do me a favor, if you guys are new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, like button, turning on post notifications, whatever you guys want to do to support the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you're interested in seeing the full-length version of this reaction or any other reaction that I have up on the channel, as well as early access to said reactions, you'll find them right here on YouTube on my membership page. So if you guys could check those out as well, I would greatly appreciate it. So without further ado, I'm super excited, so let's go.
Just ever since I was in Gyric's mind, I can't shake this feeling that something terrible is coming.
I think something sinister is coming. Haha! I'm funny.
Jean?
I need the X-Men.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see how all of this falls out. Phoenix? Was that the first time we saw her in... That was new. I can't remember if that was in last week's intro. Yeah, each intro is a little bit different, which is cool.
I see a den of confusion and pain. Some sort of laboratory. Then, escape.
Yeah, so sinister.
Who she is or where she came from remains a mystery.
Well, this isn't gonna get confusing or anything.
No, not at all.
Jean Doe. All in favor?
Jean Doe.
The Jean that lies on this couch would appear to be the actual Jean Grey. Jean Doe is older, the proper age. Yours, while identical, is not. Ergo,
Our Jean is a clone.
I have memories. Her mind, it's just fragments. Your science could have been manipulated by someone with wicked intentions.
Or you could have been manipulated.
I am Jean Grey, member of the X-Men, one of the first. I've fought by your side in countless battles, given my life how many times? You know me.
Yeah, this is rough.
Storm would have believed me.
With Beast's evidence, I don't know.
I need you to trust me. Trust the life we were going to build, the life we brought into this world.
Of course I trust that. In us.
You never could lie to me, Scott.
I don't know what to believe right now.
Do you blame him? Like...
Jean Grey. Are you Jean?
Hello? Who's there?
Answers.
Tom Band's looking slick, Beast. Must be ready soon. Future's calling me.
Yeah, last week I had to edit it in. It was until after, whenever I was, editing the video, I was like, Bishop's from the future. That's why he has the M on his face.
Scott, you have to get Nathan.
Hank, what's wrong?
Scientists, like artists, have signatures to their work. I know who cloned Jean. A man so dark and twisted he can be described as nothing other than sinister.
Yeah.
Most refer to me as Mr. Sinister.
Huh.
Father.
Very interesting.
Mother and child, what a touching display.
Oh, that's cool how he showed back up and then he was in the baby monitor again. Yeah, he's inside the baby monitor. That's where he lives.
So it's true. I'm not Jean Grey?
Every cell in you belongs to me. Your mind, your body. You have no choice. Time to wake up, my queen.
Wonder if this has any indication of who the villain of the overall series, or first season, should I say, is going to be. Because I don't know how episodic this is going to be. Because I know the original series is very episodic. Even though there are arcs, like part 1s, part 2s, and even like 4-part arcs, but I don't know how they're going to do it with this.
Rematch then? Well, let's look at the schedule and see who's up next. Looks like Magneto and Rogue have the Danger Room next.
Oh, Gambit's going to love that.
Rogue's really training her stamina with the new boss.
It don't say that. On second thought, maybe Gambit go look for Rogue right now.
Referring to himself in the third person. Gambit, go look for Rogue now.
I'm gonna go see about a redhead. Well, one of them.
One of them. Like I said, one for each of them now. Ruh-roh.
Logan? One too many redheads for you. Here, need some help with those hard-to-reach spaces.
Always with the jokes, eh, Morph?
Huh.
As if we all don't know.
You say it ain't so.
Nah, this is...
Back to the swamp with the rest of them.
Ugh.
I found myself a real
Ugh.
Liar!
Oh, yeah, this is very mature.
Not again!
Gee, Nathan? No! This can't be good.
Yo, this is terrifying.
Savior!
Don't look at me, Mike! Don't look!
Oh dear. I think one of us has the wrong floor.
Yeah, I think so.
Cyclops, it's like the worst horror movie ever.
Yeah, this is f***ing nuts.
Gambit can never unsee that.
Me neither.
Haven't you figured it out? We're in hell.
Oh, so you're all dead.
I must ask how he's exerting this much power over our perceptions of reality.
No, this is the clone. Yo, Cyclops, hit me.
Dude, the creature design is really good.
Time for an exorcism, punks.
This is so cool.
You're welcome.
Yo, Satan Sentinel.
Enough!
Is this the Gene?
Jean.
Where'd the other Gene go? Okay, there she is.
I am beyond Jean Grey, beyond the X-Men. I am the Goblin Queen.
Goblin Queen.
No!
Remy! I'm sorry, Remy. Should have been here.
It okay, Shia. Gambit okay now.
Gambit okay now.
He was a scientist in the 1800s. Then he started cutting up mutants, stealing our DNA to enhance himself, prolong his life. He can even take away their will. I should know.
Ow.
Sinister has plagued us far too long, and it is time the madman pay for his malevolent appropriations.
I can show you where he is.
Morph has a past with Sinister, right? That's how he knows so much about him. That was the Batman animated series, like The Batman Show transition.
The spawn, Scott Summers and Jean Grey. Do you know why?
Oh yeah, put it in the boiling pot.
You random writhing thing of chance. The combination.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
But first, you must be made invulnerable.
The baby's dead. You can't breathe.
By my will and genius.
This is crazy.
I do not want to fight you, comrade.
I don't want to fight you either.
Yeah, you do.
I want you to fight for me.
Oh, uh-oh.
Yes, my queen. I am power!
Yo. She is so powerful, too.
My telekinetic charm extends beyond mere metal.
Ooh. Oh, damn, he's f***ed up. Go.
I'm sorry. I didn't want it.
Where'd he hit her?
Don't worry. You'll bleed too, darling.
Yeah, what's with those Batman transitions? I know for Sinister, but...
Such pain. I must help.
You will. You always did. Remember who you are.
Yeah, she knows what's going on. I assume her and the clone are connected in one way or another.
I remember you.
Keep going. Deeper.
I mean, all that to you?
Please.
Yeah.
Your body is in no condition.
Beast, please. My body won't be an issue.
That's not what she needs.
You! You took my face, my husband, my family, and now my mind! Enough!
No, I think you did all that to her, but okay.
Power? Is that all you can remember?
Is she here?
Hmm.
Do you know who I am, Jean?
Mom and Dad called you to help fix me. They say I think too much.
That is not the voice of a little girl.
Can you tell me who I am? Can you say which of these memories are yours and which are mine? Can you?
I think so.
You are nothing!
Oh, she ate them. Okay, that makes sense. And here comes baby.
Look, he has your eyes.
And a lot of hair.
He's a living reminder of the purest love two people can share. And no one can ever, ever take that away from you. This is the greatest moment of my life.
Okay, so she's free from Sinister now.
If only Xavier's orphans knew the future we have in store for them. What?
Stay away from our son! Your powers are nothing against mine!
It's over, Sinister.
Is it now? Ladybird, Ladybird.
Oh God, Nathan.
Oh shit.
It's a techno-organic virus strain. Sinister was likely exposing Nathan to it in the hopes of making him invincible.
Looks techno.
Sinister's variant is too advanced. It could take months, even years to develop a cure.
What if there's a cure in yours, Bishop? In the future, Beast's nearly fixed your time band.
I do know a guy there. This band only got enough juice for Nathan and I.
I won't be like my father. I won't abandon my son.
We said we'd give him the best possible future.
He's not gonna have a future if you don't let Bishop take him, though.
I can't be a part of this. I'm sorry.
You were just talking about abandonment and you just left. What am I missing?
We love you so much, Nathan. But owe you nothing less than the best possible future.
Well, I thought the plan was to cure him and then bring him back, not stay there forever. What the hell?
How much do you remember?
Most everything. Then you know how much I've wanted to go. To start a new life. We don't know when Sinister switched us. Who really was the Phoenix? Which of us married Scott? My next life will be mine. Take care. Jean. Call me Madeline Pryor.
Okay. Yeah, that has gotta be so weird.
Shame about the weather, but I wouldn't give if someone could just make it rain.
Who are you?
Name's Forge, Storm. An old friend of Charles Xavier. I'd like to help you get back what you've lost.
Okay, so I assume that's gonna be next episode, but man, what a great episode again. I'm continuing to be so invested in this. And you know, I don't have all the context. Like I keep saying, I don't have all the context of what happened with Madeline Pryor, the clone, after the whole Phoenix Force storyline. I have no idea how all of that came to be. I don't know what Sinister's goal was ultimately with Nathan, but everything that I am getting from this show, like, it's not hindering my enjoyment at all. I'm loving it. And actually, it's kind of giving me a mystery element to the whole thing, because since I don't know everything, and I'm sure it's like this for people who have seen the original show as well, but not knowing everything is kind of exciting. Kind of getting to figure things out as we go is a lot of fun for me. And like I said, I'm going to try to at least watch the first 2 or 3 seasons by next week's episode to get a bit of the context. I think there's 5 seasons, right? But I'm going to try to get caught up within the next couple of weeks so I do have the full context. But like I said, it's not doing anything to my enjoyment of this show. I think it's a lot of fun, and the mysterious element brings a lot to it. But I really liked this whole dilemma at first with Jean and Madeline Pryor, at least the clone of Jean up until the end of this episode. They were kind of fighting for the identity. The cloned Jean didn't want to believe that she was the clone, even though we had evidence from Beast's test. And then her going full wacko mode whenever Sinister got control of her mind. Dude, that sequence was crazy. That was scary. And you know, this show is TV-14, and I guess the original show was like Y7, which is usually what a lot of those animated shows at the time were, or TV PG. Yeah, dude, like this part where Gambit walks in on Rogue and Magneto, and then the people that come out of the TV, the movie that Jubilee and Sunspot are watching, that was horrifying. Then they get like shot down into hell, and they have to fight all those monsters. Like, I thought that whole sequence was great. The animation was great. The design on the creatures that they were using was fantastic. I gotta look up the Goblin Queen, because I'm very unfamiliar. I assume it's just Madeline Pryor. I was going to say Jean, but Madeline Pryor under the control of Sinister. Yeah, because I look up Goblin Queen and it just brings up Madeline Pryor, so I'm assuming that's what that is. But they get out of this whole Sinister illusion, the Dante's Inferno thing, by the real Jean waking up and calming everything down. But Sinister gets Nathan, says that he's going to make him more powerful, or at least use him for his powers or potential powers. Puts him in a vat. I thought he was dead, but he has this virus now. Bishop takes him to the future. But couldn't Bishop just get him cured and then bring him back? Like, they kind of like did this whole goodbye thing. Like I said, if there's anything that I'm missing, please let me know. I'm gonna try to catch myself up, like I said. But for now, I don't have all the context, so let me know if I'm missing anything. But the action in this show, like, it gets brutal. Like, this whole thing where I think they were in a church. It looked like a church, or at least that's what the mosaics looked like, you know, the windows. This whole fight we have, like, there's actually blood and stuff. I'm not really sure if there was blood in the original show, or at least to this extent, but this is a little bit more graphic. It's a lot more mature, like with some of the stuff that they're able to get away with in this. And I don't want to hear anybody complaining about how they took away Rogue's ass. Like, I get it, but dude, look what they did to Jean. But ultimately, Madeline Pryor is able to break away from Sinister's control, and she helps Scott and the rest of the X-Men get Nathan back, but he has the virus. That's when Bishop takes him to the future. I still think that's a little bit weird. We'll see what happens with that. I'm sure there's going to be a resolution eventually. But Scott goes on this whole rant about how his father abandoned him whenever he was a kid, and he's like, I won't abandon my son, and then he just walks out. Like, you were saying? But ultimately, Madeline Pryor and Jean and the X-Men, Madeline leaves, goes her separate way, because that's what Jean wanted, is to go out and live away from the X-Men. But we're getting a little bit of a tease of conflict between the real Jean and Scott, and naturally there's going to be, because who knows how long the real Jean has been out of commission, and the Madeline Pryor has been the one that he thinks is Jean. The real Jean, that is. I mean, it's at least been 9 to 10 months because of the baby, but I'm sure it's even been longer than that because, you know, we had the conversation between the two Jeans at the end. They were questioning which one of them really married Scott. They really don't know because the real Jean's memory is a little bit fuzzy, and I'm sure we'll get answers in due time, and I'm sure with me catching up with the original show, I'll also get a little bit of an explanation what's going on. Then we follow up with Storm at this bar at the end. What's this guy's name? All right, his name's Forge. And it looks like he was in the OG animated show. It looks a lot different in that, but I guess some of these characters do as well. But yeah, he offers her help to get her powers back. It's going to be interesting to see how that's all going to play out, because, I mean, I assumed that she wasn't going to remain powerless for the rest of the season. I feel like that's something that's going to be dealt with rather quickly, because I feel like they're going to need her if there is going to be an overall villain or overarching villain of the series. I don't know if that's going to be Sinister, because he's still out there. I don't know if it's going to be Magneto if he turns against the X-Men by the end of the season. I have no idea what's going to happen, but all I know is that I'm invested. I'm excited. This is all making me want to check out the original show even more. And like I said, hopefully by next week's episode, I have at least two or three of the first seasons of the 5 seasons of the original show watched and under my belt, so I have a little bit more context going forward. But I thought that was another fantastic episode. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comments below. If you are new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, like button, turning on post notifications, whatever you guys want to do to support the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you're interested in seeing the full-length version of this reaction or any other reaction that I have up on the channel, as well as early access to said reactions, you'll find them right here on YouTube on my membership page. So if you guys could check those out as well, I would greatly appreciate it. So hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you all in the next one.